Jazz 1. We're going to start this off. We're going to hear from Tennessee Freeze on the tenor saxophone, Carla Brannis on the piano, Jack Lewis on the trumpet, Dylan Cunningham on the trombone, Quinn Campuzano on the trombone, and we're going to get things started with Timothy Yu back here on the trumpet. This is the series about them blues. to stand up. Joaquin Lopez and Josh Lopez. Just want to recognize those seniors as well. Thank you so much. All right, please welcome back to the stage Mr. Néstor Torres and Eddie Drayton.
Yes, sir, indeed. That song is called Tiger Tales, a composition of mine for one of my first jazz compositions, included in our second jazz CD or album entitled Dance of the Phoenix. Now the Tiger Tales, I didn't mention, well I guess we didn't because we started with the music. Is it okay if I can share it with the audience? Is that okay? Can I? Thank you.
I'm not gonna say no to you, sir.
That song is inspired by a legend of a general, Chinese general. They called him General Stone Tiger because a tiger killed his mother, devoured her. So he went out for vengeance to hunt for this tiger. And so he saw the tiger. He was an expert archer. So he pointed at the tiger and shot the tiger. When he went to get the tiger, he realized it wasn't a tiger. It was a boulder. It was a rock. It was a stone. But the arrow had pierced through the stone. And so la moraleja de la historia, or the lesson of that is just, he had such determination to get this tiger that he was able to pierce through the rock and through stone. And so it is that, with real unyielding determination and absolute conviction, we can all make the impossible possible. So that's the story of... So, does anybody know here about a great Spaniard singer-songwriter by the name of Alejandro Sanz? Yeah! So this is a song by Alejandro Sanz. This is included in my CD entitled Sin Palabras, Without Words. And this song is called Regalame la silla donde te esperé, which for those of you who do not speak Spanish, its literal translation is, let me have the chair I used to sit on while I waited for you. Not making it up. You know the ones speaking Spanish. The speaking Spanish people know that I'm talking about it too. Anyway, regálame la silla donde te esperé. Y dice así.
playing with each other, so I just wanted to say thank you again for being here. Well, I just want to give a shout out. She hates the attention. She tells me not to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's well deserved. Could we all say thank you to Marilyn Salaby for making the poster for the concert. I know Néstor wants to meet you. She always sits up there. We'll introduce you later. But she always does a great job. She's making her posters for the past 15 years, and it's been awesome, and I think that's a big reason why people know about our concert. So thank you, Mrs. Salaby. We love you so much. And I want to take a second to recognize our seniors. Seniors, if you guys can stand up, all the seniors in this band. We got, stand up, the seniors. Diaz, Dorado. We got Clayton, we got Bill Hayata. We got Jack Nuts back there. And Clayton Brothers back there. Good up for our seniors. So, Néstor, I have something to confess to you. Remember how I said part one of the story was us going to New Orleans and hearing about him playing, and then we saw him on playing, but we didn't get to meet him that night that you performed because it was so busy, thousands of people were there. So the confession is that the next day, Mr. Salaby and I got up in a breakfast and said, we have to find Néstor Torres. So we were basically stalking you all day. Yeah, and so we're in the convention, and Mr. Salaby and I, who's here, I believe, we were just walking and walking. We meet people. Oh yeah, how you doing? I'm like, Néstor Torres. We see him, and all of a sudden, Mr. Salaby, here, you be me. You stand up, you be me. I'll be Mr. Salaby. It's about the same difference. So we're walking, and Mr. Salaby goes, oh. What? Get off me! He goes, there he is. And I look over, we're like, oh my gosh, there he is. So then we were like, all right. Mr. Salaby and I were just kind of like, and he was talking to someone, and we're like, okay, we just got closer. And went, oh, Néstor Torres, hey, my name's Eric Samson. And that's how we officially met.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, Eric, thank you. To hear these stories is it's very flattering and it's very humbling at the same time. Because throughout my journey, I have always looked forward, always trying to better, and I have always struggled not allowing myself to, I think it's interesting, I have always been very fearful of my arrogant tendencies, and I have seen it throughout this business, entertainers and artists, that it's like, well, I am all that, and you're not. I always loathed that, and so, but what happened was that I didn't understand the balance, that I can be all that, but so are you. And so, to really hear that we have been able to make an impact on this life is really a wonderful thing. So, I met your boss last night, yesterday at rehearsal. I guess not, but you're the flutist, and I'm so sorry. Is she here?
Yeah.
Okay, this is for you, and for all you flute players. This is, I call this Partita in Latin jazz. This is my own take on the Alamand of the Partita in A minor for solo flute by Johann Sebastian Bach. And let's give it up for Letty and all the team that is taking care of this. The flute starts the solo flute. You can bring the volume and create kind of like an almost acoustic kind of a feel. But the moment I hit the trill, then bring it right back up because I'm going to need all the help I can get.
Yes, Regalame.
So, when I mentioned that, when asked what was my favorite performance, and I said it was here, I trust that you now understand and can see why. Yes? I'm very moved and very inspired by all of you, and I have to give a shout out and please the students. Everything you do as students and every struggle you go through, there's someone there for you. And there are struggles that we and you will never know what they go through so they can be here. So to the parents that support your children's talents and gifts, we thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I also want to acknowledge and celebrate your community. There's a concept of, mentor-disciple and how it is that it's important for us at some point to raise young successors. The traditions of this school really bear a testament to that. After spending time with Professor Samson and hearing his story and his relationship with Taylor, how he has been teaching here before his son was born, and his son, is he here tonight? Is your son tonight? Your son, is he here tonight? Oh, it's not tonight. Anyway, I hope that you treasure this tradition, this sense of family, sense of community that you have created, especially at times like this. I also want to say, I told some of you that when we worked together, that my function as a, can you tell that whenever I'm getting really tired, my accent comes out. And my English starts messing with me. I'm honored to have the function of being the invited guest. And so the accolades and the attention go to that function that I perform as the soloist, as the featured artist. And it is a function, and it's an expedient function, because the essential purpose and the essential nature of why I and Eric and all of us are here is because of you, our young successors. You are the protagonists. You are the stars. You are the celebrities. Because it is in your power to transform the destiny of mankind. And that begins by you transforming your own destiny. And you do that when you are learning to play your instrument, when you struggle to learn the scales, when you struggle to get a good sound. That kind of process of overcoming, of persevering, treasure that process, because that's a kind of training you need so that you can go out into your daily lives, whatever it is that you're going to do. That sense of self, reflection, self-perfection, trying to always do better, no matter what. And so I am so very impressed with the work that has been done in the school. Thank you, Mama. Thank you so many people that allow for these young people to do what they do and be who they are. And I'm talking pity right now, but I also know that there's tremendous struggles. Everybody's got a story. We're all going through something. Whether it's financial, whether it's health, whether it's relationships at home, we all go through something. That's part of life. And so, through making music together, by sharing the joy of music, the joy of being creative, it is part of this process of transformation that allows us to really prevail and transform the darkness into the light. It's like, for example, the rainbow appears not in spite of the rain and the darkness and the storm, but precisely because of it. And it happens because however dark or cloudy or rainy it is, the sun is always shining. And sooner or later, its rays will pierce through the clouds, will pierce through the rain and the storm. And that's when we get to see the magnificent display of color that is the rainbow. And so it is that just like the sun is always shining above, as long as we're alive, we too possess that sun of life, that sun of infinite possibility.
We hope you had a wonderful night. Thank you for coming to our concert. Thanks for supporting live music. One more time, the amazing Néstor Torres.